and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Mousesteps Weekly.
Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 100.
100.
Finally, of Mousesteps Weekly.
I know, finally. Sorry it took so long. And I just want to mention Bill Rogers from Disneyland. He did our announcement last year at D23.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Always a nice way to start the show. Also, we're looking at Theme Park Connection here. They have provided some great prizes. We're going to have all sorts of contests coming later on in the show, so stick around. We're going to start, though, with May the 4th Be With You at the Hollywood Studios.
And we were there for the Jedi Mickey Star Wars Dine. That's why we were at the studios that day. And but they had this stuff going on the stage which we weren't expecting. You have Mark, Daniel, and Ewoks.
Yeah, what a nice surprise. I mean, it seems this May the 4th is truly becoming a real holiday.
I think it sort of almost was, but now that Disney's doing it, you know, we see it a little more.
I mean, they had merchandise that I guess everything sold out early except for the Revenge of the Fifth shirts were still available at the end of the night.
Well, so. The merchandise looked nice.
Yeah, we would have bought such a thing if it was in the correct size.
You would have. I know there was something you wanted.
But here's the reason we were there. It was the first day of the Jedi Mickey Star Wars Dine at Hollywood and Vine.
Right, and it actually, the line looked very long when we arrived.
Well, look at that. Look at all the people
But it was
around.
only about 15-minute wait, so it wasn't too bad.
And it was one of the first meals we've had to do with you at the wheelchair. So
was it? Yes.
We maneuvered pretty well. We were welcomed here by Chip and Dale as Ewoks. They were very playful as always.
And last year was the first time we saw Chip and Dale as Ewoks in the parks.
And we waited a long time too. I think we waited over an hour in the hot sun to meet them.
I think it was closer to 2 hours.
Yeah, so look at it. We got some dancing going on.
So, I mean, the one nice thing about this meal, which is actually pretty expensive, is that you get to see a lot of these characters and they come around to your table. We were there long enough where everybody showed up twice, and then Chip and Dale meet you at the front, so you don't have to wait in line, during Star Wars weekends.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, yes, you're right. It was expensive. It's $55.99 for adults and $33.99 for kids with no discount. Oh, there's Minnie.
And a few more dollars and you can have Phantasmic viewing, which is a nice
$3 more.
bonus.
Oh, it's Princess Leia Minnie, I should say. And one other thing I would like to mention, if you want them to sign, like, Jedi Mickey, unfortunately, he will not sign Jedi Mickey. He'll just sign Mickey because apparently he is in a costume. Mickey's in a costume. So that's the reasoning I asked, and that's why they will not sign. See, he's just signing Mickey Mouse, even though I asked him to sign.
Where was I when you asked?
You were in a wheelchair.
I don't know.
There's where you were, right
I don't
there.
want to see myself. I didn't know I was going to be in it. I'm covering my face.
Just slightly in it. Not too bad. You're
Look
watching
at
Mickey
myself.
sign. So anyway, and here we go. There's more. Jedi Mickey is going to show his Jedi moves there.
And they were all really fun. It took quite some time, maybe almost like 20 minutes for the first character to show up. But when they did, except for who was it that took a long time? Donald.
Right. Stormtrooper Donald. But here is Darth Goofy.
And again, we saw them all. I'm not sure about Donald, but everybody
We
else
saw them
twice.
all twice, but we were there for over 2 hours. We took our time. I think they have it set up where when you first get there, they are wanting you to go and eat. So the character's on the other side, and then as you sort of get through your meal, they start to greet you. I think it's all purposely planned out.
Well, we start sort of waiting till somebody first arrives, and so there's a break in the action.
Right.
But it took a little longer, I think, than we first thought. I actually like the food here. A lot of the food items are very good.
I like the food, too. I mean, we had already just recently eaten there for the Disney Junior.
Right. And they have, everything has the names on it.
Mos Eisley meatballs, yes.
And
Lando's lobster and shrimp mac and cheese. That was good. You know me with my lobster mac and cheese.
You had that the last time, except that it wasn't like Lando's. It was...
Yeah,
just
everything has a
cheese.
Star Wars name, which adds goodness to it. The Force is with the food.
And, I took pictures of the desserts, which we'll see in a little bit. And those were what I was Instagramming and tweeting. And then everybody's like, but how is the food?
Yeah, they even had the carving station.
And I didn't actually, it was hard with the wheelchair to make it there, so I didn't have as much turkey as I would have.
And here are a few of the cooks, which apparently are fans of the show. They wrote us a nice letter.
One of the chefs wrote us a nice note.
Yeah, corn and Luke's Chipotle Citrus Barbecue Chicken Thigh Walker.
That's a mouthful.
But yeah, I thought the food was fine. The food was good. You're really going there for the characters, of course, but it's not bad to have good food as well.
Well, not just the characters. I mean, you have to eat.
I'm going there for the characters and the desserts.
Now
It's worth it almost for the desserts for me.
Well, I thought the desserts these are all little desserts, which is actually kind of nice because you can taste different ones. During the Disney Junior when we went to the meal, I thought the desserts were
not as good.
Not good at all.
Yeah.
So
this was a big improvement.
Right. I mean, I thought the little cupcakes, the Darth Vader, I think, is peanut butter.
Now, for the sake of research, I ate every item that you're going to see. I tried all the cookies, the cakes, every dessert item, so I can talk about it. So,
and what did you like the best?
They were delightful.
But what did you like?
I liked the Yoda. Oh, there he is. There's Yoda.
Well, you said you liked the cookies a lot.
I did. Yoda is a cookie.
Yes, I know, but you said you tried everything.
I did.
Did you like the cupcakes?
Cupcakes were fine.
But what was your one favorite
I just told
item?
you. Yoda,
really?
the Yoda cookie.
A Yoda cookie to you is better than a cupcake.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's not what I think. I think unless you have cream on something like this, it's not going to be as good. So I thought the Yoda cupcake was my favorite.
See, we both like the Yoda items, though.
That's true.
So we just took a little pause because Denise truly did not believe that I liked the pistachio cookie. I guess it's an outrageous thought that I would take the cookie, but I really did. I thought the cookie was...
We almost cut that part, but we didn't. But
yes, even though we probably sound like idiots we left it in anyway. But that's the truth. That's my favorite item, so.
But the cupcake was better.
Anyway, they also gave us this really cool PhotoPass card, and they took 2 different photos of us, and I'm showing you all the different backgrounds.
And this was kind of a nice bonus. I mean, obviously PhotoPass costs money normally, so it's a nice little inclusion into the package.
Yeah, I think I ended up doing so many combinations because you could put the backgrounds on these stock photos too. I ended up getting about 24 different photos out of the deal, But
not just with us, but with as you said,
with us and with
photos.
These photos. I mean, they're really nice. I think it's a nice bonus, and it probably doesn't cost them much to give us the photo card, so it's pretty good.
Well, I think the Feel the Force package that we're going to do will have something like that as well, so we'll see.
So goodbye to Star Wars dinner and hello to Aquatica.
I know we were there for Ehu's Breakaway Falls opening.
Ehu, there is a Ehu, a real Ehu.
And I didn't know if that was like the brand of lizard, but it's not. That's actually his name.
That is his name. That's right.
He's like a banana iguana. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know if would he be considered a lizard?
All I know is
iguana. He
created something that is very high. Very, very high.
Almost 80 feet tall.
I know. 126 steps to get up here. And there I am. I'm going to try the Ehu for the first time.
Jeff went up these stairs 4 times, so like 500 steps.
Yes.
I know you were exhausted.
I was not very energetic by the end. Now, this was really fun. Luckily, I had done something similar on the Disney Magic, the Disney Cruise, the Donald, what is it called? What's the...
Aquadunk.
Aquadunk. So here, whoa, there I go. And these slides were really awesome. You're seeing some stock footage here of inside. They wouldn't let me use the GoPro or do any recording inside.
I can see almost why, because it looks very fast.
Oh, no, you would not want to. You would not. It is very, very fast. And they're all different. They're all really fun. Actually, the scariest one, believe it or not, is the purple one, where there is no drop. Because there's no drop floor.
Right, there's no breakaway box.
No breakaway box is correct. But and here's a demonstration of some of the other slides, and I think I'm going to try it. This is my second try in the green one.
But the purple one is just a very steep slide.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. But I was a little more confident at this point. But it's still, you don't know where you're going. It takes you a few seconds to get your wits about you after you drop. And whoa, there. And
it's amazing to have 4 different slides. I mean, they're all very different experiences in one attraction.
Right. If you like the slides like I do, I mean, I had a great time. Look at how steep that one is.
I can't even imagine it.
That purple one is very fast, and you have no idea where you are, what's going on for, I don't know, seconds, many seconds.
Even with if my ankle wasn't broken, I would maybe have climbed partway up and taken some pictures, but I'm not sure I might have been too scared of the height.
It was scary, but it was more of a thrilling type of thing. It was fun, because I like them. If you're not prone to these, maybe not so much.
And everybody I saw, I was at the end for over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, watching everybody come down. And everybody seemed to be having a great time.
But see, you did it. There you are, evidence.
I know we had a picture. Look at this. Like, it was a green screen photo. You can see, you really can't go down in a cast.
Right. I loved it, but to me, Roa's Rapids will always be my favorite. I love
attraction
the Roa's
at
Rapids.
Aquatica.
Not Aquatica, at any water park.
I actually love Roa's Rapids, too.
We've been to all the water parks pretty much in town, and that is the best, if you ask me.
And we were asked by some of our viewers if we could do a vintage segment like we've done before.
The return of the vintage segment for Show 100.
It's been a long time since we did them.
And we, at one point, showed these trams that they used to have on the boardwalk between the Swan and the Dolphin and Epcot. But we didn't actually show the trams moving, so I wanted to dig up that clip and show them. And here's another old clip. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the former Disney MGM studios.
And they were there from July 1990 to May 31st of 1995.
Right there in the backlot area, it's Leonardo and Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, and I think you'll see April O'Neil somewhere at some point here.
I can't believe it's been that long. I never went to go see the show, but at the same time, I remember when it was there, and I can't believe it's been 20 years now.
Yeah, I've seen the show. I actually liked the show. The music is really fun. I have recorded it better than this. This is just, my father had recorded just a little clip of it, but I actually have the full show, so I'll be sure to put that up on our channel when I get a chance. I think people would like that. And they're still around to this day, the
They're
Turtles.
over at the Nickelodeon Hotel. I mean, they're making it like the Summer of Shell, and they have so much going on. They have new, I believe they have new suites also.
Yeah, so they're still very popular today. Speaking of popular, look at the characters. We have Roger Rabbit, Goofy, and Pluto.
I'm trying to figure out what Goofy and Pluto are wearing. I don't remember this.
They are space cadets. They're in Tomorrowland, and they are space cadets, which I guess means astronauts in training.
They look like they're more
look, Space Cadet Goofy.
Well, it's good that they have it written there, because otherwise I'd think they were off to the disco.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could see they're not very sophisticated with their spaceman attire.
I didn't used to meet characters too often, so I don't really remember them, unfortunately.
I guess I was your downfall, because now you meet characters all the time.
I know, I enjoy it.
And speaking of characters, there's my mother in one of the vintage yellow slickers there.
I know, I like the yellow ones better than I like the current ones.
So this is some vintage footage we found that was shot between January and February of 1991 of mainly the Great Ceremonial House, which right now, it's kind of fitting, is changing. There's many things that are going on. The waterfall is apparently going away, so we thought this would be a great time to look back at some of this, and I did a little comparison shooting so we see what it looked like then versus now. So what do you think? I mean, you have a big history with the Polynesian yourself.
I do. I mean, this is a long time ago. It's hard to believe that almost 25 years ago would be considered vintage at this point, you know.
I know, it's crazy.
Or that the 90s, I mean, that the 90s are that long ago, because I was an adult at the time.
Right.
So,
I remember
and you were
it
too.
very well. I mean, although for some reason I remember the lobby even more, the Polynesian Village lobby with the green checkerboard tiles. I remember that even more than this, although this now, of course, jogs my memory.
Well, I think the newest version was the nicest. I saw some of the pictures today of the old lobby that we grew up with.
Right.
And I obviously like what we have now as far as that part better.
Yeah, there's a reason things evolve, you
Yes.
know, so sometimes it's for the better. This is now a pin station and like a shop where they sell T-shirts. And on the other side, which we're getting to, is where the sushi bar is.
Right. I like seating. I think the sushi bar was a nice addition. And well, the
Coral Island Cafe, we'll get to that later on. I think we're going to come around and see that later.
Right, and you're going to tell, I know you have a story about that.
Yes, well, not a very good story for me, but I will tell
Well, you're still here, so that's...
I survived. And it's quite different, actually, looking at the waterfall. It seems like the brush is much higher, 25 years.
And the different plants look somewhat different.
Although you would expect things, plant life to change in two and a half decades.
Yes,
there.
in 20-something years.
So we're going to take a look in the store. I'm so glad my father did all this stuff, because who thinks to record going in the shops and just walking around the lobbies? He did that. He did this for all the resorts, including the Contemporary, even Fort Wilderness. So at some point I'll have to do this for everything.
I think that's a great idea.
And I love the movable character. We got young pirate there. Look at those VHS tapes too. You remember all that?
And what I like about the shops back then, you didn't have as much of the little junky junk stuff. You had a lot more like T-shirts and such, and figures. And I especially like T-shirts and sweatshirts. That's what I collect.
So now we're going to take a look out the back window towards the, I guess it was fairly new at the time, the Grand Floridian.
Right. I think, what was that, 86 when it opened?
Yeah, something like that. So
I mean,
they
just did an anniversary.
Oh, right. They just had their 25th, I believe.
Okay, so actually it would have been 89?
Yeah, so it was very new.
It was very new.
Although we could be totally wrong.
Well,
so
we're
I'm
not
sure
too
we'll find
wrong.
out.
I'm trying to remember the exact date.
And you could see how different. There's no stream. There's no, well, it's not really a jacuzzi, but a little water bubbling
tub
thing. Yeah, and there is Captain Cook's. I believe it's the outside of Captain Cook's, although I'm not 100% sure back then. Here's what it looks like 2 days ago. And you could see there's a stream. There's that, bubbling brook that we talked about. Very different, much more grown in. It's very interesting to see the changes.
I have heard like somebody might have used it as a jacuzzi once.
Yes, that somebody is me, because some guest tricked me. I asked, where is the jacuzzi? And they said, oh, it's back there by the entrance to the Great Ceremonial House. I'm like, oh, and I thought it was odd I had to walk through the brush to get in the jacuzzi. I'm glad I didn't die, because that's like not for people to be in.
That was a long time ago, right?
Yeah, that wasn't very, well, it couldn't have been that long ago. So, yeah, there's a lot of foolish things that's happened.
But they're going to have a real jacuzzi now.
Just announced today.
Just announced, yeah.
And now we're looking
Finally.
at some before and after. Those figures are still there, although that chandelier, that odd-looking chandelier, is gone. It's probably the same rug, though.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding about that. So now we're walking along. Now, you see this wooden thing there that's on the white post? Remember that later, because you're going to see that white post on the bottom still remains today. I don't know when the wooden piece, it looks like some kind of artwork disappeared, but just remember that. And you can see all the bamboo back there, which has been greatly reduced. No, I was wrong. Still bamboo, not greatly reduced.
Why did you think it was reduced?
I do not know. But anyway, if you look down, there is the white pillar that held up that art. Still there 2 days ago. So I think that's interesting, although it looks like it might be on the way out.
I do like the overall look. Oh, there's the wall.
Yes.
I like the overall look of Disney's Polynesian Resort right now better in the Great Ceremonial House, but we'll see what happens, when it reopens. Not reopens. It's going to be open, but partially.
Correct.
A lot of walls will be up.
So anyway, now we're getting to what I was talking about earlier, the restaurant here.
Ohana?
No, not Ohana. The Coral.
Coral.
It's now.
Well,
Well, it used to be the
Kona Cafe.
Yeah, it's now the Kona, but it used to be the Coral Island Cafe, and there used to be bamboo all along the wall here. Like you'd sort of look through the bamboo. Right here, this open area was all big, thick bamboo, and the way they had them, they had two of them at one point that was sort of going up together. And as a young Jeff, I was curious to look out in the lobby, and I kind of stuck my head through the bamboo, but it was a higher point, and then I kind of lowered, and then of course I got my head stuck in the bamboo, which was not good. So
and how did they get you
Well,
out?
my parents threatened to leave me there for the rest of the vacation because I shouldn't put my head through the bamboo, and I think they're very correct, but my father just picked me up and pulled me out.
Well, good.
So see, so I've survived once again survived. Speaking of surviving, I don't think the fountain is going to survive very long. There is the wall that is now going up for the removal of the fountain.
Right. I mean, it's definitely going away, unfortunately, but I guess there's reasons for that.
What we're looking at here is now the shop, but at the time it was sort of a travel center, and you can get your travel bookings and needs yes, there you go, needs taken care of there. And this phone area is totally gone. That's part of the shop, and where the Mira is a shop, and very different. You'll see. I think I did a after clip also.
I find it hard to, like, when I'm looking at this, to think about where everything is.
I do remember those chairs, those comfortable chairs that faced towards
I do remember those.
The waterfalls, yeah. And there's my father with his poncho on. Very
I'm
stylish.
not as big a fan of wicker, so I don't remember liking them as much as what they may have now.
And they still have those style chairs now, but they're just not wicker. They don't make the noise when you sit.
Right,
in them.
I don't like the noise. Like, I don't like that as much.
And before it was this white, it was a different type of seatings, tile. Correct. And now it's sort of like the ground. Well, you'll see. So anyway, you can see everything is now shop. The phone has disappeared, and the shop goes all the way down
Boutique-y.
to the end. Yes, the boutique shop.
It doesn't look the same, does it?
No, actually, I think everything looks better now. So there is hope. There is hope for the future.
I don't, if you go to all of the Disney resorts, the only ones I don't really like are Disney's All-Star Resorts so much. So, I think they'll do a great job. I just will miss the centerpiece.
Right. And I know that there are issues with the current waterfall.
But we don't know.
We don't know exactly what they are, but I know apparently it's issues that they cannot resolve without
changing it.
A major change, right? Oh, and remember these, the parrots.
I do. It's been a long time since we've seen them here at the resort.
I love the parrots, and they have two. They would have one here on the left as you walked in, and another one on the right-hand side. And I think we'll catch a quick glimpse of that. But yeah, the parrots added a little niceness, even more niceness,
right, to the
goodness to the lobby.
It's certainly a colorful addition to the waterfall area.
Right, and I like the noise, the parrot noises too. Very, this guy's, I think he's going to wave, yeah. I didn't notice that at the time.
I know, you just noticed a little bit ago.
Right. And one thing I always like is the not-so-hidden Mickey here on the lobby floor.
And this is something I don't even think about as much when we walk in, so I wanted to make sure that we photographed and videotaped it this time and got some good photos.
Right, and as you look up, it would be to the left and to the right. You could still see the wooden areas where the parrots were.
Yes. And this is Disney's Polynesian Resort. There's new concept art. Just came out today. Showing the lobby. I think the new lobby looks nice, although I still think it's going to be... I mean, look at how small the water feature is, so it might take a little time to get used to that. But it is classy looking. I mean, it looks nice. And there's a lot coming here. They're going to have... This is the Trader
Sam's Grotto. And look, it's Aoa. That looks to me just like Aoa from the Tiki Room under new management.
Well, you just said it was, and it is.
Which closed. For good reason.
Good.
And I see a few tiki birds up there, and I see masks that kind of reminds me of the old Adventurers Club. So very exciting for the Trader Sam's.
And Trader Sam's will open in 2015, so that's next year.
Yeah, that was announced today also, 2015. I really like the whole look of it. So yeah, I think it'll be very exciting to go to Trader Sam's.
And there's a lot more coming. The volcano pool will have an aquatic playground, slides for children, a jacuzzi, which is...
a real jacuzzi.
I know.
Not a bogus one where they trick me into getting into.
Even the Fort Wilderness campground has a jacuzzi, so I'm glad they'll have it
definitely
here.
Definitely about time.
And the kids area, which was the Neverland Club, will be called Club Disney. It's coming next month, and it will be inspired by classic Disney Little Golden books. So that should be really a nice...
Hopefully we can get an open house, because I would love to, sort of like on the cruise ship, when we got to see all the nice themed kids area, it'd be nice to do that.
Right, before they actually are in use.
Correct. And here is the latest on the DVC Stilted Villas.
And the roof, you can see the tiles on the roof.
Pizza Hut.
It's not Pizza Hut. Look, it's a brown roof.
Well, some people call it Pizza Hut.
I know, but I don't call it that.
So here's your favorite part. Disney's Design a Tee. We are going to demonstrate making adult Frozen t-shirts. And how lucky we are, they just the day before we went added 2 new designs.
Well, one of the articles that I wrote recently, there are so many adults looking for Frozen shirts, and there's only a couple different styles at Walt Disney World, and here now there are 5 different ones, and it goes up to 5X, although I was told 5X is gray. And
they only have the gray color for 5X.
But probably up to 2 or 3X would be an assortment of colors,
right,
because you were able to get
what are you trying to say?
Oh, well, you stop. So, and, extra large also. And so this is a variety of shirts as far as, it's $26.95 for a standard t-shirt, right, adult t-shirt.
Right.
Which is not bad because you get to put on, you can put
you can custom design it, custom everything.
Like you can put your name on it. You can't write "Let It Go" on a Frozen t-shirt, but, we ended up getting the summer mentioned. I put that on there.
In summer. Right. Well, anyway, here we're going to do the process. This is you designing your new t-shirt. And then why don't you walk us through it here? You're picking out the adult shirt.
Right. And I always get confused while I'm doing this. I end up messing up every so often. But what color did I take? I think I took lime this time.
You did. I believe you're going
Purple's
to pick lime.
Purple's my favorite color, but I already have a purple one.
Right. You wanted to get something a little different?
And it asked me if I want to use previous artwork. No. Now they have a Frozen button, which they did not have. So you can actually go there and hit the Frozen button.
And there are the 5 designs. Very smart, by the way, for them to create a Frozen button, because they told us that's their biggest seller right now. Here is one of the new ones. This one of Princess
it's Queen Elsa.
Queen Elsa.
Queen Elsa and her like her castle.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the one that I decided because I like Sven and I like Olaf, but especially Sven is my favorite.
Yes.
And so that's the one.
Here's the whole gang here.
We
I really
both
like
have
that.
shirts with that.
Yes.
With that design on it.
I have my nice black shirt with that one.
We actually ended up returning a couple shirts that we had purchased that were Frozen shirts, just so, you know, it wasn't that much different in price. And again, you get your custom.
Right. Oh, yeah. It was much. I like these
text.
designs much better than I think we bought the red one with just Olaf.
Yes.
And we returned those before we wore them so we can make our own.
Right. And again, just a couple dollars difference. And this actually, they give you a nice bag at the end, too.
So here you go. You're going to pick the top phrase, and you're going to use the ready-to-use phrase for the top.
Right. It's one of the Walt Disney World ones.
I think you're going to end up picking Where Dreams Come True, but we're going to take a look at all the different
I like the Where Dreams Come True, but they have a lot of different ones here. Happy Holidays.
Yeah, you could have confused people and picked something like Merry Christmas.
2010. I could have said 2010.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked either. So here at the top, they put in the Where Dreams Come True.
Right, and you can see it's up there now. Now you're going to choose what the rest of the shirt's going to say.
Right, and I
think you're going to write something about Florida.
Right, that, you know,
I love summer.
No, I love Florida in summer or something.
Something
like
that.
But I don't
yes, Florida
really,
in summer.
But I figured Olaf must, because Olaf loves, you know,
well, it's Olaf.
Summer.
Olaf is talking, you see. I love Florida, and then you're going to write in summer. This is sort of a way where you can get the in summer onto it, because it's kind of dicey. You know, you can't use phrases from the movies for whatever reasons.
Well, it's more like it's like a copyright reason, or, you know, something, a trademark.
Right.
So I don't love Florida in summer. I prefer it in fall. Wouldn't work with the shirt. So, and there's Sven and Olaf.
And now you're going to demonstrate changing the color and the font of your selection. I love Florida in summer.
And this was tricky for me. Like, I ended up going out and having to you know, you're not going to see that.
Yes, the magic of editing.
I kept messing it up.
And it takes a while, so I kind of sped it up, but you can see that it changed the font, but you went back to the other font. You like that better, and I think you're going to check out changing the color now to demonstrate that.
But when we went up there and she showed us sort of more what it would look like, we ended up changing the font, and I think the color as well.
And we're going to see that also.
So they kind of make sure, you know, you sign off on it.
Right. So once this is pretty much you decided this is what you want, and you're going to choose the number and finalize it, and you'll get a little receipt that I think it comes out of the side of it. There it is.
And there we go.
So the next step is you take it up to the register. Now you can see all this is almost real time. It didn't take long to design the shirt. They show it to you and make sure you like it. We've changed a few things up at the register, which you can do. And now she is putting it in. We pay for it, and it goes into this contraption here, and they tell you in our case to come back in about 40 minutes to pick up your shirt.
And I really enjoyed it. You don't want to go towards the end of the night because you may not be able to get your shirt that day.
Right.
Probably early in the morning, or, you know, maybe like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock is probably fine.
There it is. There's your shirt. And let me clarify what you just said. As long as you're there an hour before the store closes, you can still get your shirt. Anything less than an hour is the next day. Yeah, I had asked about that.
And I like the bag. Like, they
the bag
give you
is almost
really nice bag.
Yeah, it's very nice. That's very usable for other things.
And they do take annual pass holder discounts,
right?
and whatever probably any other Disney discounts that guests have.
So there you go. Look at that. You got your new shirt. You're very happy there. And don't worry, I won't show you fully. I know you don't like that.
I don't want to be on there too much, no.
And this is another shirt that they had. This is a shirt I want. We didn't have enough time for me to think of a good phrase. But if anyone watching this has suggestions on what my Scrooge McDuck shirt should say, please let me know, and I will take that into consideration.
And there were some, also, it's good to go through every button, because some of them, like this is under resorts, but it's not resorts.
Right.
They just got these in, and they are the same as some shirts that they had last year.
I mean, look at, you can get Pop Century, Art of Animation, all the kind of shirts that you can't find anymore, even at the resorts.
Right. Well, around the parks and all, like this is a shirt. All of these are shirts that they used to have, and now you can not only have it, but have other text on it and have whatever color and size you want.
Right. So, for instance, if you wanted the turkey leg shirt, they don't seem to make that style anymore.
I'm not sure if they do
but
anymore.
You can get it here.
So, and I think this is a new one as well. So it's really fun just sort of to go through it. They have different like Christmas, Cinco de Mayo, and different holidays. It's fun.
By the way, this is just we like this Hanes store. They're not a sponsor or anything. They're not they didn't
give us anything.
It's just something that we discovered and we liked, and we thought we would share it.
Well, I figured out from looking in Once Upon a Toy that Hanes it looked like this store is probably doing some of the Frozen shirts. So then I was like, oh, we should go check that out.
So that's it for making the shirt. Now to Theme Park Connection, we're going to announce our prizes. They were very, very generous, and they gave us $100 gift certificate, and there it is. It can be used online, and it can be used in person, and we will mail it to the winner.
Yes, and I'm very excited to have such a great prize.
And we also have the Heritage and Vision, and I believe there's one more of these. What are these called?
They're called cells, like laser cells.
Laser cells. That's right.
We will these are 3 different prizes so that, more of you guys get a chance to win something.
Right, and we also have a Passporter's Guide left as well. So that is a $100 gift certificate, 3 different laser cells, and the Passporter book. So to enter, we want you to tell us what your ultimate, if you can have any one item from the parks, any one collectible, like the Robot Butler in Horizons.
Is that considered a collectible?
Well, if you take it, it is.
You're not going to take it, treasure, but if you found it.
A treasure. Like in the Hatbox Ghost might be mine.
It's a collectible.
Yes, no. Well, it's a collectible if you get it. Anyway, what would your ultimate take home from the parks be? Just write down what that would be.
On our Facebook.
Yeah, like us on Facebook. Go ahead.
Like us on Facebook, and then just answer that question. But also, let us know in order of the second prize what you might be interested in if you don't get that, because we don't want to send like a Tinkerbell laser cell to somebody who, maybe want a Vision.
Right.
So just let us know the order of the other items so that we can choose that way.
And by the way, this turtle that you're seeing here was an original turtle that they're selling. I think they already sold it at Theme Park Connection from the submarine voyage at Disneyland.
Also, the prizes are random, so whatever you say as far as what your thoughts are.
That doesn't matter.
It has
right. We're going to choose 5 winners from random. We're assuming the first winner is going to get the $100.
Yes, obviously, yes.
And then, oh boy, I like that too.
By when?
Oh, okay. By
we haven't chosen
the date. Yes, we should choose the date.
We had to do another stop there because we hadn't thought about that. But just come to our Facebook, and by Saturday night, May 24th, 2014, and that is Eastern Time.
All right, there we go. We now have a date and time for the contest, and we're just looking at some of the more cool things to see at Theme Park Connection.
There's quite a lot. I usually go to the T-shirts. I usually leave with a T-shirt.
Oh, and also they're getting into the NASCAR items, too.
A lot. I mean, all kinds of... I guess they sold a Danica Patrick.
Yeah. Stuff from her car. That we actually saw crash when we were at Daytona, so it's interesting to see it all again. So anyway, thanks so much to Theme Park Connection. They've sponsored every one of our shows, all 100 shows, and we appreciate them very much.
And we're going to have a new sponsor. We won't say who yet, coming next week. And I wanted to thank Jeff, who puts in so much time. I can't even, unbelievable amounts of time putting this together every week.
Well, I couldn't do it without my great partner here. So
and to also
thank you also.
Thank you. And also to the viewers who I didn't think anybody would want to listen at the beginning. I really didn't think so. So it's nice that we actually have viewers.
Yeah, it actually has gone by very fast. I can't believe it. It doesn't seem like it's 100 shows. But I'm ready for the next 100. Hopefully you are too.
It's very, I don't want to say daunting. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're at 100.
Well, we'll be back with a 101, and we'll announce our new sponsor next week. We want to thank everybody, as always, for listening. Thanks to Theme Park Connection, and we will see everybody next week. Thanks again.
Yep, and have a great week.
Have a great week.